Can I ask you another question? Have you ever watched a manager avoid a conversation that you knew needed to happen? Maybe performance was slipping, or attendance had changed, or team members' behaviour was affecting others, yet nothing was said? Not because the manager didn't notice, but because they didn't quite know how to start the conversation. If you've seen that happen, you're not looking at a confidence problem per se, you're looking at a capability opportunity. I don't think I've ever met a manager who said, I'm really looking forward to having that difficult conversation this afternoon. What I have met are lots of managers who genuinely care about their people. They're worried about upsetting someone or saying the wrong thing or even making the situation worse or even maybe getting themselves into trouble, so they wait. And unfortunately, waiting nearly always makes the conversation harder. We can often assume managers avoid conversations because they lack the courage, but I don't believe that that's true in most cases. Most managers care deeply about doing the right thing. What they're missing isn't courage, it's the confidence. And confidence comes from knowing how to prepare and what to say and how to listen and what to record afterwards and what happens actually next. Managers don't avoid difficult conversations because they don't care. They avoid them because they haven't been shown how. The conversation you avoid today, we know usually becomes the problem we're managing tomorrow. And that's why early conversations matter. Many managers, as we know, they're promoted because they're brilliant at their operational role, not because they've been taught how to lead people. And then one day they're expected to manage performance and address behaviour and support well-being and handle conflict and navigate sensitive situations and do it all confidently. And that's a huge expectation. And without practical support, many managers simply hope the issue can resolve itself. And unfortunately, we know that that rarely is the case. When conversations are delayed, then we can see that performance drifts and small concerns can become formal issues and relationships become strained and teams can become frustrated and then ultimately employees can disengage. And then owners can get pulled back into situations that could have been resolved much earlier. And the longer that conversation is avoided, the more difficult it usually becomes. This is why I believe management confidence is built before the conversation as well as within the conversation. And that's through practice and coaching and reflection and implementation and support. Managers who regularly apply these skills, they don't stop feeling nervous, they simply become more confident acting despite those nerves. So this week, check in with your managers and ask if they've been putting off a conversation with a team member. What is it that they're worried might happen, or what facts do they already know? What questions could they ask? What support might this employee need? And then ask them to arrange that conversation and not wait until the issue becomes bigger. Remind them the goal isn't to have the perfect conversation, the goal is to actually have the conversation. Good managers don't become confident because they never face difficult conversations. They become confident because they learned how to handle them well. Every conversation builds experience, it builds judgment, and a good decision builds trust. And that's how managers become the people that you can generally rely on. So you're watching the Trusted Manager Foundation series, and you've seen why conversations matter. In the next video, we'll look at what happens when we don't and the real reason good employees leave. We'll explore why good employees rarely leave because of one big event and what trusted managers do differently to retain great people. Remember, managers don't need more confidence before they have the conversation. They build confidence by having the conversation.